our morning spring today. And Femi is right here beside me. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Topper.
Good morning.
It's a good day, a beautiful one,
Yes.
actually. And just like you said, irrespective and regardless of any encumbrances, just show up.
Yeah.
Actually, that's what counts. You know why? The world, from Nigeria to Bahamas to Barbados to Ghana to the Bermuda Triangle to the US to the Vatican and even Saudi Arabia, nobody celebrates effort, celebrate results. So show up, make it count, and be a winner. Femi Ojo is my name. Good morning. Thank God it's Friday. You are welcome. On the program, this is where we have frank and honest conversation about the public good, and so many things has happened in which we'll further such conversations and even more. Today, the conversation we started with the nomination of General Musa 2 days ago. It was the screening and confirmation by the National Assembly, and yesterday the man has been sworn in. So definitely, it's when they say hit the ground running, I think he should hit the ground flying on it by every necessary means.
Right.
And I think, just like many of our guests said yesterday, and even people beyond these studios, is the fact that he enjoys the goodwill of the people. Major, very huge goodwill of the people. So how will this translate into a result for him? Because knowing fully well, even before General Musa, came into the picture, the war, this non-kinetic war, kinetic or whatever, ideological war, whatever it is, this insurgency has been on for some time. And actually, there are people definitely that want it to continue. There are people that want it to fester. There are people that are gaining. There are people that are cautioning. There are people that have, turned into an industry, actually. And so, even if majority of good-willing Nigerians are saying, General Musa, go, 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 we are behind you, and please go and prosper, there are some persons who are already scheming that he will fail. Actually, he won't have his way with them and all of those things. So he has to know that definitely, I'm not sure, it's only the advice from these studios that we work with. He has grown through the ranks. At the screening, he said he has been in service for 39 years. Actually, so that 39 years, man, that somebody, I don't know when he came into service, but let's assume he joined the force at 20. That means possibly he's 59, or in his early 60s. That means he has seen it all. Talking about professional ladder to that highest. And now he has even dropped the khaki. He's now taking up an administrative coordinating charge. And actually, we wish him all the best. So it was sworn in, and quite a beautiful one. It's always nice when you see that decoration, when it's happening, and you see the man and his wife. That's the part I'm making. It's always looking nice. The officer, Oga Madam. Yeah. But we wish him all the very best in the coming days.
All right. I was hoping to wake up to a breaking news this morning and see that the terrorist financiers, have been announced, and heads are rolling.
Published the names.
Yes, have been published rather, and then the heads are rolling. The country, is that things are interesting. I love to see quite interesting headlines. We hope to see that in the coming days, because that's going to help. It's going to give a direction to the fight against this insurgency.
And not just about the terrorists and their financiers being named. It's not just a name to be exposed to law. Named, prosecuted, and shamed.
Out, that's
just the thing, actually. And because expose sometimes, that's all. So after the noise, so what next?
And that's why I said it's going to point him in the right direction. Things will begin to fall in line.
And we hope when that list is released, hopefully, because Lai Mohammed said it will be released under the Buhari administration. Nothing happened. We hope when it's finally released, nobody under whatever tone or language or religion will say, oh, it's because it's from Oshun. It's because it's from the north. It's because it's from the east.
Well, the
is he a financier?
Okay.
Has it been proved? Are there facts? That's it.
The dynamics have really changed. Well, I mean, NASA is calling for the release of the names by the federal government because the U.S. is interested in that particular business. And I don't think that they are talking about it vaguely, I think that they also know, or they also have their own facts. There's a way they can also source, that themselves.
You
So
mean
if
the
it's
US?
not coming,
You mean the US government?
yes, the U.S. government. If
I'm
it's not coming
yeah.
from us, it probably will come from them.
What exactly? And I want to understand from that angle to say, I'm not sure there is anything major that the Nigerian government will want to publish that the US government doesn't already have.
Exactly.
Actually. So that's
And
a
remember,
good point. That's a good point you have made.
From before
they are just waiting on us
to do the needful, yes.
Because they're already talking about sanctions.
Yes,
and all of those. So
bans, exactly. Before they'll talk about ban, exactly.
They have their list.
So I think that it's just a reactive measure on the part of NAS, the National Assembly,
to make it look like it's coming from them and they are working.
Exactly.
Let them do the work. Actually, that's nice. And very importantly is the one very good news that we at least sound very good is the return of those Niger pupils. So we talk about they are still there. I don't know. Now, when they are released, one state governor from somewhere will say, oh, we thank Mr. President from leading from the front. So where is the Mr. President now? What's going on? It's more than a week. They are talking about Catholic institution. I think that's a primary school. I don't know if it's primary or secondary.
Yeah, there are pupils.
So you are talking about minors and staffers in the bush with irritants, with those irrational people that could do anything at any time. We hope this possibly by this weekend, hopefully, the General Musa, because he's now a minister actually. He may not carry gun again. Actually, that's the thing. You are now a minister. Policy, direction, administration, follow
deadlines.
Well, the deadlines will come from the commander-in-chief. Actually, in this particular case, General Musa is now a minister. So those deadlines will come from the commander-in-chief, in which the minister has to follow up, giving briefings and updates, coordinated by the NSA, Office of the National Security Advisor, and of course the army chiefs. The army chief, the naval chief, air force chief, and all of those persons. The chain of command actually is a long one, but we hope we get results. Bring back our children. That's the point here. Those Niger children. And we understand there was a particular, rescue mission in Ekiti State yesterday. Kudos to everyone that is involved. We hope we can prevent many of these things from happening instead of playing catch up. Many things to talk about.
From the report, it said that the vigilantes on ground were able, before, they got reinforcement from the military, they were able to hold the fort at that time. They gave them, a chase. And that's what we want to see. More of that, proactive measures. Let them meet you on ground, not the one that you'll be there. And because you get a whiff that they're going to be there, you leave. We still hope on Christopher Musa to give us results from the investigations and the
what is happening. Because they said those soldiers have been summoned to the defense headquarters. So what are you asking them? That's just the thing. Who gave the order? That's just the thing. Debrief all of them. Make sure they are saying the truth. Point the fingers. Call the persons that are involved. That's how a serious nation, that's how they show up. That's how they... I hope the people in power, because I'm not sure, they know that there's something called trust. It's like something missing, God forbid, in these particular studios. And all of us, there are names of the people on duty for that day. All the management needs to do is to summon everybody. Perhaps there is a CCTV camera, walk you through everybody. And by the way, the rest of the staffers will be waiting. Has it been resolved? But if it's taking this unnecessary time, then you begin to see accusations. Then you begin to say, okay, is somebody trying to play? Are they looking for four guys? Possibly the high and mighty are involved in this, and it's not helping the Nigerian state. We hope. That's all we have. Even the president come on that wheels of hope. Renewed hope. That hope needs to be renewed. We take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll let you into more of these updates. Stay with us. All right, we'll start with the Nation newspaper. Right now, the Nation newspaper. Economic climate now right, say Edun Dangote Uzodinma. economic climate now right. Say Edu Dangote Uzodima with Rider Boris Johnson, Moon, Bukai, others Lord Nigeria's progress. Right, Boris Johnson, Moon, Bukai, others Lord Nigeria's progress. You smirking and giggling. What happened?
I'm not seeing. I don't think I've seen any. I mean, American here. And so, what I'm
American.
saying, yes. I mean,
Okay, how do
Boris
you mean?
Johnson is from the UK.
Right.
Kim Moon is from probably China or Korea or something like that.
Thank
And
you, Moon.
Buckeye, I don't
Mm.
know, maybe Japan or
Mm.
something. And my point exactly is, these are people, or the region. They're from the region that Nigeria looks up to now by this present administration. And those, I mean, from the particular quarter that this call, you know, this call to rise, the awakening of this administration, I'm talking about the administration that awoke our own government, is not here lauding progress. And yes, we may be making progress, but this is not where we want to be at this time. I'm not.
You're talking about the
I'm
US.
not yes. Not lauding
Well,
this.
I'm sure the best thing we can do for ourselves is to be sincere to ourselves, you know, irrespective of where the endorsement is coming from. Actually, either it's from the US or from New Zealand or Papua New Guinea. You know, the endorsement is good. The fact
I
that
hope you like what I'm trying to
I
say
get the
is,
drift.
yes,
I get the
what
drift.
I'm saying is Nigeria may, want to take this as how would I put it? As an encouragement or something.
Yeah.
We need the encouragement.
Message of we are doing well.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I'm saying that this is what Nigeria wants. I mean, Nigeria has gone to the quarters where they feel they can get maybe a soft landing, or this is where we want. But I'm saying that those who are calling us and awakening us, they're not even calling us out. They are not the ones lauding us. So we should not sleep. We should not take this
so if
as
you see,
for what I see it for a different thing, not
if you
for what
see,
it is. It should be.
let's say a Hillary Clinton endorsement here,
Yeah.
does that show that we're working?
I don't think so.
Well, that's what I say. Let the sincerity come from home.
Exactly.
Right. Before all the endorsement from the other
Yes.
guys. That's exactly my point. And you know, now when you are talking about the people here, I'm saying the economic climate, you know, is now right. Talking about Wale Edun, the minister for the economy, I mean, or finance and coordinating minister for the economy, Dangote, you know, and Uzodinma. Dangote is a businessman. Uzodinma is a politician, actually. They renewed hope agenda.
Well, politicians
ambassador.
and businessmen on what level?
Well,
you can ask the macro,
I
mean, mini businesses and all of those MSMEs.
Yeah.
You're not saying that the economic climate is good. I mean, a Dangote can say that. He may have waivers, tax waivers. Another Uzodima or whoever, all of those people
No,
can
say,
can say
the one
can
I'm
say
talking
all
about,
they want to do. I mean, but we're talking about, see, these things should go from the ground up, not from top down.
Well,
yes,
that's what the nation has this morning. And what I completely agree with you is the fact that one thing.
And you've always said it, that when you have to tell a person that he is looking or he's doing good,
better,
yes,
then maybe the person is not feeling it.
Yeah.
It should come from me. Actually, you know, there's a Yoruba that just says, if I'm eating and I'm full, I should be the one to know. You are not the one to tell me, oh, what to you, as in you are full in Yoruba language. And very quickly, before we move on, the issue of the climate change. I'm sure many persons in this community, for example now, although you might say whatever is happening in this community is too micro to really determine maybe things are better, is even too, for real, sincerely, you might say it's too little to count as being significant to judge whatever is happening, even in Ocean State. But then if you have a replica of these across major parts, then you can say, oh, things are not working. And I'm talking about the power situation. Now, you're talking about climate change in a place like this. Economic climate, thank you. In this community right now. And I'm sure many persons, if they've seen any Edun or Obuzodima one-on-one, and they can use blala, you know what they call blala? Horse whips. Actually, they will give those persons some strokes. Because for people whose business has to do, almost every business thrives on power.
Yeah.
Actually, I know persons in this community of ours that they've run into serious problems because they are into all these ice, frozen chicken, frozen
Yeah. Frozen
whatever
foods
foods,
generally.
thank you, business, and they've had to just do whatever they can to just get a little of whatever has been spoiled. People do some things. People sells drinks.
I mean, you don't even
Actually,
need to go far. Look at our own establishment here. You
well,
know how much we run on that.
this is, we'll say, is part of the
Mm-hmm.
running of the business.
Mm.
President nominates Ibas, Enang, Chioma or Hakim Dembazao as ambassadors. I remember, General Dembazao was in charge of the things at some point. And Ibas, the Ibas is the former administrator of River State.
Yes.
And that is raising so many rabbies. It's reward time for anybody that has done something, in a kind of way. Well, we'll look into that in the course of the program. Army community is dangerous. Kuka warns. Army community is dangerous. Kuka warns. Ribadu, we would defeat terror. And repayment of 185 billion naira gas legacy debt begins. And PSC kickstart a recruitment of 50,000 policemen. So if you've always had a dream to be a policeman, maybe this is your time, or police woman or police personnel. Recruitment is on right now. Appeal court seals order bearing VIO from stopping impounding vehicles on highway. And Georges turns down request for Kanu's relocation from Sokoto prison. All right. Just, the headline I took earlier, appeal court seals order barring VIO from stopping impounding vehicles on highway, meaning VIO doesn't have a right to stop or impound your vehicles on highway. The question here is, the VIOs, are they aware? If you understand what I'm saying. Because there are so many things that you are aware of as an informed person, and you try to lodge those things on the highway, and they tell you, you are who? The thing is, those VIOs that the appeal court has said, you have no reason to impound anybody's vehicles on the highway. You can't even stop them. Let it be, passed down to them that this is the latest, before somebody will be struggling with you on the highway. That'll be all from the nation for today.
All right, just before we leave the nation, I'm just getting the actual insight from this particular rider, the Boris Johnson, Kimon Boakai, others Lord Nigeria's Progress rider, as a rider to economic climate now, right? Say Edun, Dangote, so the token from the economic, angle from there on the Nation newspaper.
Yeah,
I was
that is what it
thinking they were
was.
speaking from the security angle.
All right.
Right.
I
So
understand your passion itself.
all right. So that's cleared right there. Moving now to Nigerian Tribune this morning. The banner headline says Ribadu Musa Koka upbeat about end to terrorism. Ribadu Musa Koka upbeat about end to terrorism. And these riders, terrorism, banditry to end soon, says NSC. Nuhu Ribadu there. And Nigerians can now sleep with eyes closed, says Musa. All right, the defense portfolio now in very good hands. Okay, those riders to that particular headline there. Patient alleges organ harvesting in hospital. Ekiti government begins probe. Ex-NMA president Faduile heads committee. And that's on page 26 of Nigerian Tribune. Page 24. Suspected gunmen kidnap APC chieftain Uriade in Ibadan. And this rider, APC leadership, all the stakeholders express concern. Suspected gunmen kidnap APC chieftain Uriade and Ibadan. And APC leadership, other stakeholders express concern. That's on page 24 right there. All right, to the bottom strip now. Tinubu names Ibas, Dambazal, Sulu Gambari, Anang as ambassadors. increases nominees to 68, seeks Senate's confirmation. And right here, inside, list of overtime cargo for condemnation, domiciled at Apapa, TCIP, and PTMI Area Command. Right now to the top strip of the paper, just above the nameplate. Appeal court bars VIOs from impounding vehicles, imposing fines. Exodus of oil workers looms. Pengasan wants. Article faults Tinubu's nomination of former INEC chair for ambassadorial position. That's on page 25. Is that not late in coming? All right, those headlines coming through Nigerian Tribune newspaper this morning.
All right, from the Tribune, let's check the Punch newspaper. Big diplomatic overhaul. Big diplomatic overhaul. Tinubu's 65 envoy peaks brace for Senate term. Tinubu's 65 envoy peaks brace for Senate term. You know, I said it when the previous 32-man list was released, that it definitely is in batches, actually. So for those states that possibly they didn't have nominees, or they think they have been shortchanged, then maybe they'll be smiling right now. You know, some of those names are names that we've known before, you know, like General Dambazao. You know, he has been in power as far as defense is concerned. Ibas. Ibok Ete Ibas. Actually, you know, former administrator of actually, but for many persons they will ask, if not, I mean, why not if not? Actually, he's a Nigerian, and of course, but you know, there is always that political calculation to that to say, oh, really? This man was brought for an hatchet job somewhere in Rivers,
and he
has done the job. Is this a reward for doing that? The same toga many persons are trying to wear Professor Mahmoud Yakubu to say, hold on, what's going on here? Does that mean that's a reward for some alleged, you know, underhand performances while it was in office? Well, it is the jury is in the open. Right. And immigration CG visits Kirby, vows justice after checkpoint attack. So sad. And federal government sets December 20 deadline to pay contractors. We hope they will do that, you know, before everything degenerates. All right. And VIO heads to Supreme Court after losing vehicle impoundment appeal. And Senate, others nationwide crack down as lead poisoning, lead poisoning rather, hit Lagos. Senate orders a nationwide crackdown as lead poisoning hit Lagos. You know, it had to take that some videos and you know, especially that particular video that went viral of an investigation, personal investigation of some of those things that happened in Ogijo in Ogun State, where we learned some manufacturing companies, recycling companies were depositing lead into the atmosphere, and which is very injurious. And in fact, the question is, well, there is something called citizen journalism, and until a particular, you know, foreign guy put it up and then it gained traction. I mean, Nigerians are saying, we have always been saying it. There was a lady who released, you know, a particular link to something he has done since September on that same Ogijo axis, and the Ogun State government were just dormant at that point. And when one foreigner put it up and then it was shared, you know, it's like whatever is coming from outside, that's what gained traction. No, and many persons will say, what's
the cry is different.
The
cry is different.
If, well, that's what we have done to ourselves. And now it has taken Donald Trump to say this is happening, and then say, oh, it's not happening, it's only small. Oh, it's happening to everybody. Oh, it's not,
it's not happening at all.
Oh, it's not. Oh, no, it's not that way. It's happening, but not in that form. Oh, people are being killed. Maybe not as that. It's not as bad. It's the evil people that are giving you false report. Because I remember the Minister of Information said Donald Trump has been falsely informed by some persons.
Yes.
Some people are saying, do you think the US needs a particular, because people are attributing that to IPOB and all of those things. I'm not saying they have not done that, or some Eastern agitators. Do they need those people?
You think they don't do their own due diligence?
I mean, so these are the issues. But now that the Senate has taken it up to say, oh, crack down on nationwide-led deposition. We hope, they will make true of their word. And not just to say, oh, stop it. You must follow up.
Yeah.
That's the way it works.
And give them accurate testing. I think they've talked about that they're going to get them tested.
Testing
we hope
and
that
prosecution.
They do it.
Yeah.
You test. No, I'm talking about the victims now. Test them. Get them tested and treated. And yes, the
violators.
Yes.
Because they
have them prosecuted.
Yeah.
And have those places shut down.
Yeah.
There was a time they shut them down. Yes.
They reopen.
And they reopened.
That's what you do.
So yes. So follow up. Let there be enforcement.
You heard the governor of Kebbi State said, I've informed or directed that schools be closed down, construction sites be closed down in northern part of Kebbi North, and all of a sudden a school went and opened his own school. Where was the enforcement? Because you are trying to exonerate yourself to say, I've done my bidding, or I've done my best. It's those people that have coconut earth. All right. Nigeria must protect democracy as Sahel faces coups. Petard monthly payout to retirees soars to 1 trillion naira. Top strip, newly sworn in defense minister declares war on kidnappers. We join him on declaring that war. We hope we'll be able to make through of those words, and we'll expand that, especially the huge task in front of the man, General Christopher Musa. I think we should do that now. We'll take a quick break right now. When we return, we speak to these issues on security. And, we take a bit of politics as well. It's Money Spring on Western Spring Television. Stay with us.